So a little clip behind the scenes. Let's have a look at how I would generally analyze a deal. So we can have a look at something where I've submitted an offer. These are all the properties where I've submitted offers, and let's just take this property here, for example. Now, if we pull up the Rightmove link, we've got a really nice property. It's semi-detached, 3 bedrooms, and with this property, just looking straight away here, I can see the windows. Looks like they're double glazed, which I know it is double glazed because I've viewed this property. We've got modern radiators, we've got new carpets, freshly painted walls. Looks like a good, solid property. New interior doors, handles look relatively old. Looking at the electrical systems, we've got sockets which aren't on the skirting boards on the floor, so that's a good sign. Slightly dated interior door there. We've got tiles on the ceiling. So we've got like asbestos polystyrene tiles on the ceiling. So they'd need to come down before property gets rented out. New radiators, new interior doors. And this looks like a good property. We have got a socket near the floor there. So it tells me that the wiring is probably slightly dated, which I know it is because I've viewed the property. But all in all, fantastic property. There are a couple little loose tiles around here, but that would be because of the roof that's been replaced next door. Builders are a little bit temperamental sometimes. We've got a great looking property here. We've got floor plan, 100 square meters, so really great size property. We've got 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. This is the landing just underneath my face. We've got a new bathroom over here. So there's great scope for potential floor plan reconfigurations as well. If we wanted to convert it into a 4-bedroom property, doesn't really warrant doing it though. So I'm just going to pull up the brochure that I've got for this particular property. Now, what do I generally look at when I go behind the scenes? Well, let's take a look. So we've got all the photos here. That's the first thing that you're going to see. Floor plan, we look at the EPC. So this is an EPCC. We've got some information just about the property there. I've got some general comments about the property as well. So this is what I saw whilst I was at the property. So it's standard construction. We've got double glazing. The heating system's new. We've got a combi boiler rather than an old tank boiler. We've got an old dated electrical system. So we need an electrical upgrade, potentially an electrical rewire. Now, this is something that we need to get an electrician to check out, to do some impedance testing, to check the resistance of the cables, to check the insulation and make sure that everything is suitable and that there's not going to be no faults with the danger of the property. The bathroom is slightly dated, but in a high quality dated condition, so it is suitable for rentals. Bedrooms and bathrooms are in fantastic condition. The kitchen's very good quality. There is a large garden, large plot with potential for off-street parking, which would be fantastic for rentals. Also, we've got a downstairs toilet, which is going to increase the rental potential and increase the demand. We know that this property is also an EPCC. Like I mentioned here, we've got standard construction, and essentially all of these comments I would generally go into a lot more detail. So we've got sold prices in the area, so very, very strong in comparison to the price that we're achieving for this property. So we're looking at an offer in the region of £130,000 to £135,000 for this property. You can see here comparables, we're looking at about £150,000. Now, this property's not got a garage. So there's a couple here that do have garages, so it's always important to take that into account. Looking at the rentals, so we can see here we've got 975, 975, 950. Again, these have got garages, so we're probably looking around 925 for this property. We've got one here that's 850, but this is 0.89 miles away. So based on how close these three are, I would average somewhere in the middle. We're looking 900 to 925 on the rental. You can see here I've just broken that down into some more detail as well. So these three properties are in really close proximity. EPCC, we've got ultra fast broadband. If there was to be more improvements required for the EPC, I also will go into detail and show those. We've got the number crunch in here, so 925 on the rent, looking about 8.2% rental yield, and this isn't taking into account any capital growth at all. We've also got a best case scenario without a rewire and a worst case scenario with a rewire. You can see that here. We've got the population of the town, always important to take that into account, see about the demand. Surrounding towns, we look at the boiler as well, so we've got a combination boiler here. We've got filter system, which is always a good sign. Fuse box, dated, potential need for a rewire, but we have got new colour cables on the incoming mains, so we might be able to do an impedance test, check that the property and the safety electrically is standard and it's working fine. We also check flooding risk. We look at crime rates, so we can see here the green generally is lower crime. So everything here, we're in a good place. We're expecting capital appreciation. If we was in the red, capital appreciation might be more like 3% per year rather than 5 or 6% per year. Looking at street level as well, we've got different age categories, and we can see here generally there's a younger audience between the ages of kind of 20 to 40, and then anything after that starts to drop off. Also, just on that, we can see the amount of properties that are owned outright, that are private rentals, and people that are living in the properties as well. Just general stats. Also, local supermarkets, convenience stores, and stuff like that. And then we break down other amenities, so restaurants, pubs, coffee shops, takeaways, post offices, banks, gyms, etc., etc. So this is everything that you might need in regards to an investment property. And if you've got any questions or if you need any support with finding a property of these prices in these locations and something that is in a genuinely good location for the rental market, feel free to drop me a comment, book a call using the link in my bio and also on my website, and I'll be more than happy to take some time to help you out. Have a great day.